Hello, hello. Happy Sunday. I need to turn this. I don't know. I'll have the camera. I don't know. It just doesn't seem as close as it usually is. Probably got wiggled around as I was moving things. It'll do. It'll do. How are you? How was your weekend? I hope you've had a good weekend. We have. So far? Not much of it left, is there? Alright, we're trying some new music today. And it's non-stop piano jazz. I feel like I ought to have my cocktail with me. I mean, it really does sound like, piano bar cocktail music. But we'll see how it goes. If I get tired of it, I'll find something else. Okay. I know what's wrong here. Close this. There. That looks better. I had the editor open. That's what was making a difference. Okay. We're going to start spinning a braid. And I have been vague about this on purpose because I truly don't know the fiber type. This is it though. And at first I saw this little sparkly ribbon that I stuck on there and it's got a little tag on it. And I was like, I didn't put any, I lost the tag that tells me where I got it from and all that. Well, that's because this little tag that's on here has a 25. Okay, this was from my fiber advent box, and this was the fiber braid that came in the fiber advent box. So that was from Something Wonderful Studio, and she did not indicate what the braid was, what the fiber was for any of the roll-logs that she made or this braid. However, I can guarantee it's merino or close to it. It's as soft as it can be. And I really think it's merino. So, I'm sticking with that. Anyway, I realized that this is going to match what I was spinning on my Roberta. And I have two bobbins. Oh, I'm going to really block the light there, aren't I? I have two bobbins of this, which is, purples and light blues and dark blues. Purples being a purple blue. And so I am putting this as my ply. There is 4 ounces on, 2 ounces on each bobbin. This is 4 ounces. I'm actually going to spin all 4 ounces on one Ara bobbin and use it to ply. I had a crazy morning this morning thinking that I had lost one of my Ara bobbins. And I looked all over, everywhere. The spinning table over here, the bed, the fiber bags, out by my drum carder. I was just like, I could not find it. And 10 minutes ago, I was finishing up my lunch and I went, I know where that is. It's on the old Lazy Kate. And it was. The old Lazy Kate has been stuck down back in the corner over here out of my way because I now have a new one and the Aura one that I like. And I just totally forgot that bobbin was on that Lazy Kate. So I'm very relieved. It's one of the plastic ones, which is Acreworks, where they 3D print them. And I was going to be... I could not fathom where I had lost that at all. I just couldn't fathom it. Okay, so... I don't know if I have anything else to tell you or not. I have to be thinking, I guess, while I'm spinning. going to talk a little bit about turtle fleece today while I'm spinning. That has been the chatter on Discord and Ravelry. Teams are starting to form up, and the official start is July 1st, but as so many of the spinners are doing, there's prep time if you're prepping your own fiber, and that's what June is. And JK Knits For You beat me to what I thought was a brilliant idea, that I would use the whole month of June to prep my fiber. She's already set that up and talking about it. She's working on clearing off bobbins, which for the spinning for the tour, I will use 2 different spinning wheels only. The Roberta and probably the Ara for plying. And most of the things that I'm doing are smaller amounts, right? I'm going to be doing a lot of smaller amounts as opposed to one great big spin of the same kind of fiber. So that is the plan. Well, those bobbins, they get cleared and filled and cleared and filled and cleared and filled. I don't, I have 2 Ara bobbins and 2 Roberta bobbins that need plied. I can do that in a matter of a couple hours, right? They'll get filled and plied probably even before the 1st of July. What I do have to do is a lot of fiber prep, and so that's unfortunately not as doable on the stream. Spinning, the camera picks up the spinning wheels a lot better than a lot of my fiber prep tools. So we'll see. There may be, though, occasional prepping fiber on the stream as opposed to. I started this at the wrong. I'm trying to undo my braid here, as opposed to spinning. There we go. Don't you love it when you can just pull the tie? I really probably ought to weigh this out. Oh no, I'm putting this all in the same bobbin. I don't have to do that. This is a lot of fiber. I'm going to be spinning this for a little bit. Okay. So, since this is kind of the... I'm trying to decide whether to strip it all the way down and spin that. I think I'm going to split it in half first. Let me change cameras here while I mess with this. And get a little more comfortable in my chair. Okay. The only thing I really want to do is keep top to bottom. So I pull it like this and get myself a strip and then wind it in a ball, putting the bottom inside. Go back up here to the top. I only do this with this kind of solid rovings or top, whatever. This kind of solid dyeing color is what I'm trying to say. Just back over here. When I dye even immersion dyeing, I don't get this much variation. It gets more solid color all the way through. But one of the ways you can do immersion dyeing, which means you're dropping your fiber into the pot, is to bundle it into bundles, and that'll give you some variegation in the depth of how much dye actually can hit, and therefore how dark it gets. This is really super soft. Kind of makes me wonder if it's superwash. Alright. Let's see here. Yeah, I got that in there. Pretty good. I finished my Lacoon spin. Oh yeah, this drafts like merino. I may have to pre-draft this. Feels kind of short, stapled, and tugs apart kind of hard. Maybe a little less pull. That's a little better. I wonder if I'm going to have blue fingers by the time I'm done today. Blue is so notorious for coming off. We ran into town around 11. Got coffee. Oh, that's a first. Boy, I haven't done that for a long time. Spun too thin. And not getting enough twist. Okay. So we're going to be a problem, are we, huh? We going to be a problem? Yeah, it's not holding the twist at all. Not at all. My goodness. I wonder if I'm going to have to do this on the Roberta. Hey, was I going the wrong direction? Okay, we got a problem. Let me take this off and start over. I think I may have been going the wrong direction. All right. Well, I ended up with quite a bit on here. And this feels pretty strong. Let's see which direction it was going. Boy, I did not hold the twist very well at all. Yep. It is the wrong direction. Because that untwists it and breaks it. I don't want to continue with that. Well, this is not a good start, is it? All the way around. So I'll keep that as my fiber example. remember that merino is not my favorite fiber to spin. So yes, I'm going to have to pre-draft this. I can tell that already. And I'm going to do a pinch and pull. Gonna get good yardage though. I mean, anything I have left over I will just self-ply with itself. I should have gone ahead and gotten a woolly winder. I wonder if I have enough time. Oh good, that's the end of that. Alright. My whole thing is, it's just, I can move the thing. Oh, you only get one bobbin with it. Woo. Oh, maybe you get two. shoot, they won't tell me what the price is on a Roberta. It's $3.25 for the Ara. Oh well, I guess that's enough daydreaming. I don't think it's going to happen. It's not going to happen for the same reason it hasn't happened before now. Okay, back to spinning. It's been quite a while since I've had to pre-draft fiber. This is definitely needing it. When we went to Starbucks, I got a hot caramel macchiato, and I drank part of it, but they also sell it iced. I was tempted to try it iced. Well, after we got home, of course, I did some cooking and didn't drink my coffee, and it got cold anyway, so I thought, well, you know what? I'm just going to stick that on ice for the stream. It tastes really good. It's very good iced. It tastes like I make my iced coffee at home, where it has a lot of cream and sugar in it. I mean, that's what it tastes like. So I was thinking of all the ways I have to process fiber, and I have the drum carder to make bats. I have hand carders to make small bats. I have the blending board to make rowlogs. I have my combs to make top. I think that's it. I have handheld combs, but oh, I have a way to do locks. I can prep locks. Okay, I kind of got my screen back behind me here so that the thing is in the, I don't know, you know, I put a table back behind me that scooted everything forward a little bit, but my monitor screen didn't scoot forward because of all the things I have set on either side of it. My angles are a little different. Been just starting to talk a little bit about making June a month to do a lot of processing at home. Not so much on stream, but in the mornings or whatever. Focus on that because of Turtle Fleece. Turtle Fleece is going to run 30 days if you do the Tour de Fleece Femmes, the women's race, which is the 23rd through the 30th. So I intend to do that, although during that one I will be traveling. At least right now we've been talking about going down to Mom's for that week and the week after in August. I'm pretty sure I can spin every day during the men's Turtle Fleece. I don't know if I can. For the women's, with us driving, it'd be a very short spin on a drop spindle or a nano. Takes us 2 days to get down there and 2 days to get home. Well, we'll be coming home after the July's over though, so that doesn't matter. Just going down. thin. Maybe it's bigger. All right. This is so slippery. It is very, very soft, but it's also really slippery. That's why I said I do kind of wonder if it's superwash, but I have no idea. I'd have to knit a swatch and throw it in the washer to find out. Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry. It is such a sleepy day, and spinning is not going to help that. It's just going to make me sleepier. Well, snoring cat. Oh, you can't hear me. I have a command for that. Oh, right up here. Okay. I have had fun. I have made a few commands like that. Oh, I should do a fiber command. I used to have that, but I don't have it anymore. The one thing I do like about the woolly winder for the Ara is you can get this is called the Delta orifice. It's made specifically for art yarns, very thick, chunky, doesn't want to go through a narrow orifice. They have the Delta. Oh well, wait a minute. Maybe the Delta is the. I don't know which is which. There's a Delta and there's a regular one, and especially for fine wools. And I think I would like that orifice, but I can put up with this. I feel like this is. I feel like I'm spinning cockeyed. Alright. I think that's a little better. Real hard to join. Oh, the other thing we did when we went into town was use up our, we get money off when we shop at the Kroger's grocery store off of gas, and they're good for a month, right? What you buy in May will be used in June, so we're using April, what we spent in April, and we had some of that left. We wanted to make sure we used. Hubby filled the gas cans for the mower, filled the car. So, man, we've been kind of on top of things. Oh, I gotta figure out how to get that sticker message out of there. I'm not having any luck with it, and in getting the stickers, so I need to figure out how to get that message out. Stream stickers must come from Streamlab. I've heard other people say that they can get it, find a sticker on phones if you're on a phone, but it doesn't work if you're on a desktop. Now, I think a lot of people actually watch them on the phones or iPads, but not actually stream, right? You stream. I stream from my desktop. I think that's probably true of most people. I guess there's some people that stream from phones, but this is cool. that's a noisy airplane. Goodness. I just finally figured what I was hearing. It is so quiet today. And I kept hearing this kind of tinkly water ice cube sound. It's not my drink. I kept thinking it was my drink. It's the water garden, the Aero Garden behind me. The pump running the water through. I keep thinking, oh my gosh, this is going to take me forever, but I keep forgetting that I'm doing all 4 ounces on here. So it does look like a lot. It's the whole braid. Usually I do 2 ounces to a bobbin. That's why it looks like so much. This has a nice shine to it. I'm changing the music.
Listen, there's
So
a
hang
good
on a
chance
minute.
somebody's
We're
trying to hack
gonna
your
add.
website right now. You gotta make sure you're covered.
I needed it to kind of slow down a little bit. You know, I'm thinking about Turtle Fleece and streaming every day and all that. But I may go and do some of them, a couple a week anyway, what I call the meditative spinning. Basically, I don't chat. It's a no chat. And you don't see me at all. Just a spinning wheel. And me spinning. I did quite a few of them. Of course, Twitch doesn't hold on to them, and at that point, I wasn't really putting any of them up to Yahoo, I don't think. It's been a long time since I've done them. This might be a good time to do some trial ones. See how they, whether people like it or not. I know a lot of people may watch me and turn the sound off for various reasons, like Snoring Cat just said she was at work, but also, you know, your spouse is watching TV, but you want to watch Twitch. You want to watch a stream. So, I know there are people that lurk and do that. I don't know how to turn the Pokemon off. For that. I don't really want to uninstall it, but I guess I could let it go. It could be on there. This iced cappuccino's not doing anything as far as caffeine goes. Ooh-wee. I am sleepy. I haven't slept good last night. A really good night's sleep. Oh, I need another piece of scrap paper here. Alright, so All right. I have always been a fan of the Outlander book series. Gabaldon is the author. And they did it on Starz as a series. I've been watching through those. I have to do a subscription to Starz, which I could sign on to the TV, but I just been watching it signed on to my this computer. And a lot of times I'll spin, but it really is not the best show to try and spin to because I really needs to be paying attention to what's going on. Anyway, I'm on season 3, and there was on Starz, there was a banner when I signed on today saying that they're going to do season 6. And I'm like, oh, yes, finally. Although, truthfully, when when it was actually running, it was very hit and miss for me to see it because it was working. It's been a while ago that they ran it. So anyway, I guess it's coming out in June. And I don't know whether they'll release the whole thing at once or do it, one night a week. I cannot remember what it ran on originally. If anything, it may be that it never ran on anything but Starz, and that's why I didn't watch it. And then I figured out I could do it on Starz on the computer and streaming, and I signed on and I got this nice deal of I think a 2 months free, and then they gave me a deal for 6 months for the price of 2, and I mean for a good long time it was a really nice price, but I didn't get them all watched during that time. So now I'm paying a 3-month fee for it until I finally get it all watched. I wouldn't mind reading the books again. They're huge books, and, even though I follow the major plot line, a lot of it goes by me. And movie-wise, they have to really hit so much high points. They don't always follow some of the characters. I'm kind of chilly. I'll tell you, it's not very warm. Our furnace has been running in the mornings. Doesn't run during the day much. There's no sunshine right now. It's just 66 degrees outside and cloudy. We had rain this morning. I wanted to sleep in, but I can't. I cannot lay in bed once I wake up. I wonder if I have any Pokemon balls. I don't think I do. I'm not going to even try. Ooh, I think we have a doctor's yearly physical coming up in June. Early June. Let me double check that. I don't see any blue come off my fingers, so I got the die set. I wonder what closed captioning does with a yawn. Probably nothing. I tried to get closed captioning on the stream a long time ago. I gave up. Couldn't get it to work. I should see if my shout out works. I totally forgot I had it supposedly set up. She's still alright. Let's see if this works. Yeah. How about that? I got my shout outs to work. I have a raid. I don't have a raid thing, but I got something you can copy and paste set up. Of course, Lurk and Lurk Work. And Discord. So yeah, I got those taken care of this morning. Had some success. I think this is going to be the last of the fiber I do for today. I did some spinning earlier today in order to finish up that raccoon. So, as well as cooked. So that had me active for the day. he's talking to. Maybe the cat. He's been a handful. He's just like in and out, in and out, in and out. He also sits on the table right in that room beyond the door to this room and waits for me to come out. Now, if I left the door open, he'd be in and out and in and out and in and out. Plus, hubby's watching TV, so probably would hear that. Got a slub. A bright purple slub. Not sure where that snuck in. Get a thick spot. Alright, I'm going to stop that for the day. Oh, yeah. This. Trying to think. I probably am going to have to take a look around at what fibers I will have to redo. I mean, get ready for turtle fleece. And got the drum carder. I probably won't use the hand cards. The comb, the blending board, comb locks, and then I was thinking for challenges. I have silk cocoons. I have never done anything with those, and I was thinking that might be an interesting challenge. I'm going to have to read up a little bit on it, I think. Oh, you are so late. That's okay. Are you alright? You having a good day? Everybody okay at your place? I'm talking turtle fleece right now, just a little bit. Just thinking out loud about the challenges right at the moment. There's 2 days where you're supposed to challenge yourself, and I was, moving things around, and I found dyed silk cocoons that I had bought at a fiber fair. And I thought, well, now that's going to be an interesting challenge. I have no idea if I can spin off reeling it or not. I think the whole thing they're supposed to be for is snip up little pieces and put it in your blend. And if I find that that's what I have to do, I would use my hand cards. So it's either, can I get a thread to spin, or cut up and hand card in fiber. And since they're dyed, I probably would use a light colored fiber, a gray or maybe a black fiber. I don't know. Anyway, that's the one challenge I have. I always spin on the Charka in the past for challenge, and that's probably going to be the other challenge, because I just cannot spin well on a Charka. I can't spin on a support spindle either very well, and I have done that as a challenge too, but I fail so miserably that it really isn't any fun, right? It's just not worth it because it's not fun. And then the month of June is going to all be about prepping fiber for it. So, okay, since you're here, Guitar Nut, I'll show you we'll talk about SAF, and I'll show you the fleece. There was one story I wanted to tell you about when we went to SAF, and I figured out it was 2 years ago. I went to a class on spinning cotton, and it was all day, right? It was well, not all day, but it was, we got there, but we just did a real quick zip around this one building looking at vendors, and then I had to go to class, and it was 4 hours or 5 hours or something like that. So when I got out of there, you know, I knew I had not seen any fleece at in that building that I zipped around. And I said something to my husband, you know, on the way out and before I went into class. I said, I don't understand. There's supposed to be lots of fleece here. It's supposed to be a judging fleece. And when we had gone 5 or 6 years ago, it was in a different location. It was in one building, and this new location had like 3 buildings. And I said, maybe it's in a different building. Can you take a look around while I'm in class and see if you can find fleece? And because when I remember seeing it before, it was, you know, it was in a building that had lots of vendors all around, and the fleece was kind of in the middle, right? It was kind of like all the fleece was in the middle and the vendors were all around, and this wasn't laid out that way at all. So I went to class, and when I got out, he says, I looked all through the other building. I didn't see anything. I said, well, let's go look through that building since I haven't looked, you know. And I went through that, and he says, we walk to the other building, and we pass a building on the right. I said, what's in there? And he says, I don't know. I didn't look. I said, okay. I said, let's go look at the vendors, and it's getting, this thing closes up, right? It's getting closer to closing time. So we come back and we go into that building, and it's a gym, right? It's a gym where you have a great big floor and a great big auditorium, second level, to look down on the floor. And of course, out on the gym, they would pull out the bleachers for the seats. And I looked up, and up on the upper level, all the way on the other side of where we were, I could see fleeces on tables. I was like, oh my God, could they put it in any more unavailable, awkward place? It was, I couldn't believe it. And so I went up there, and it was, you know, the second level, like you look down on the gym floor, and they probably have seating. Well, in fact, there were seating. We kind of walked around up there. But on this one end, where it was a curve, they had tables on both sides of the curves. And, of course, it was pretty narrow, right? But they had all their fleeces on there. And they had them for sale. They had judged them earlier. And then it's up to the person who submits it whether they want to sell it or not. And they'll mark the fleece with a price if they want to sell it. So, word of warning, you may have to really ask and look for fleece if you go to Salve. Okay, I got a Romandale. Have you heard of a Romandale? Have you heard of that? Let me go to the other camera so I can put the bag under it. Let's see here. Okay. So this is not a real dirty fleece. This is the color. And now it's dirty, okay, but it's a tan brown, whatever. And that video I posted was because they said that they also raised, it said Romneys, but they also raised CVM in Romandale. And that's where I found that video to begin with, because I was looking into researching this. Okay, so this is what they have. I did not get the judging notes, by the way, but this is like their sale tag, and they make 3 of them in case one, they want to keep one for the vendor, the person's whose fleece it was, and it has an ID tag on it. They don't really say where this fleece came from. The people who check you out just use this ID tag, this ID number, right, for who gets the money. I'm not sure they even know. Okay. Anyway, they call it a fine wool. They did not weigh it, so I have to weigh it. Oh, wait. It's here. It was Doan Farm, D-O-A-N Farm, in Blountville, Tennessee. See, so, yeah, it was in Tennessee. Okay, I forgot that was on there. This Romandale is the breed that has supposedly not a lot of color variations, and the times that they get color variations, they call it then a CVM, which is a California Variegated Mutant. Okay, so California Variegated Mutant is a genetic off-throw of a Romandale. Romandale being the main breed for this fine wool. It is considered a fine wool. It's very soft. It has gorgeous locks. Sometimes short, sometimes long. I have worked with really short locks on the CVM, but I bought this because of the long locks. It has lots of crimp. It is this natural gray color. CVM will have white and gray and a tan. It's kind of like, see, this tan is sun bleached, so it'll have a tan. So that's what they mean when they say they get color variants on CVM. And I have bought any number of CVM fleeces because there was one local to me where I would go to the fiber fairs that had it. But I had never had one that was marked just Romandale. A lot of times it's marked Romandale CVM, I'm sorry, Romandale CVM, you know, when you buy it, because there's a lot of people that say you can't have a CVM and not have a Romandale. Well, that's true. I mean, it's a genetic variant of a Romandale. So this is going to be a really neat kind of light gray brown color when, you know, I get it worked up. This is still in the, it has not been washed or anything. It is not very greasy. Okay, you can see the locks are pretty open. Also, I want you to see that there's a variety of fiber in the same fleece. Okay, so this is real common in CVM and therefore Romandale. See these tiny, there are actually like 3 or 4 locks there. Oops, if I get in the camera. In this one lock. Okay, instead of it being a big blocky lock, you get this an awful lot. So when this happens, and this is wonderfully long, this is perfect. I will use combs, and if you don't have a combing system, or, you know, set up for combs, to be honest with you, all you have to do when you have locks like this, can I reach it? Well, I don't think I can reach it, but you take a dog comb, you hold your locks, how many ever you want to hold, like this. This is after they're washed. I always do it after I'm washed, and that's another story, to keep them intact when you wash it. But you hold it like this, and you can comb it in the grease, and then wash it if you want. And you go you hold it in the middle and you comb to the end, and then you turn it around and you hold in the middle and you comb the tips. And most people, when they comb it like that, then they just spin it. You always spin from the cut end down to the tip. So after you've combed it out, you kind of have a floofy block, and you can just spin off of that. This is, except for the fact that I'd be spinning a lot of dirt in there, this is low enough lanolin. My hands aren't hardly greasy at all handling this fleece. It is so low lanolin that it would spin probably just fine. And then you'd wash your yarn afterwards. So anyway, I know you only have cartridge, but if you wanted to do by the lock, you can just buy a dog or cat grooming comb. You have it for your bunny, don't you? To a single or double metal tine. The teeth are about like that, you know, on the comb. It's slow work. You do, I mean, this is probably 8 pounds of fleece, but this is such standard color of Romandale and a lot of CVMs. Yeah. So I would, you know, this is what I got at, and I'm sure this is going to be, I'm going to leave it down here now and work it up, because I've had it. It's time. I need to do it. Let me see if I have combs. Here's the cocoons I was talking about. They're dyed silk cocoons. I think I'm going to end up just snipping them into fiber. Okay. Is my combs in here? I think they're underneath my drum carder with the tools there. Unfortunately. Oh, here's one. Good. Here's one. Not my favorite one, but it'll work. It's a single. So you don't have, it doesn't matter whether you start it. You just want to line them up so that you have the cut ends together, and then the tips. I generally turn them over. And you do, after you're done, grab it at the end, and look at this. It's ready to spin. It's amazing, isn't it? It's a lock spinning also is amazing, because you start right here and you just draft and spin all across here. Okay, just like that. And it'll completely use all of this. It'll just disappear. So your best bet, if you look for a fleece and you want to do something like this, is to look for good locks. Now, the way I'm going to, and this is what came out of that lock. You can see the garbage. Now, then the first step that I'll be doing with this fleece is take it outside, and of course I have picnic tables and I have a metal table. I work on the metal table mostly, but I lay it out on that, and I pull all of the really dirty bits, right? Anything that I don't really particularly want to process at all, and put them on the gardener mulch or whatever. They go outside, they get disposed of. Birds love it when I do a fleece. It's like I used to have people tell me, I would say that my baby bird's nests have the softest nests in the valley because of the fleece. But then the next thing I'll do is I will go through and I will pull those locks that look like that as gently as I can, and lay that, put them in a box, keep them as intact as possible, and especially if I do know I want to spin by the lock. Now there are some fleeces, that will never happen. My Cormo fleeces that I've been messing with were that way. They were extremely short, they were a little curly, they were super, super crimpy, not good for spinning from the lock, right? So, yeah, that was, you have to decide. I'm going to turn this music off here, hang on. You have to decide when you look at your fleece exactly what would work the best for it. You got a lot of nice locks like I just showed you, that's one thing you can do. You don't, if you have a lot of locks like that and you have a combing system, now I'm not talking about combing it out with a dog comb, I'm talking about regular combs you can pull off top. If you have a lot of real clumps of fiber but no real looking locks, right? It's just kind of clumps of fiber. That's prime for washing up and drum carding. If you have a lot of super, super long, you're going to want to comb it with what I just showed you. Nothing, it's not really good. And you're probably, the only reason you would run into that is if you were doing breed studies, because like Hebridean and Gotland and some of these really off-the-wall breeds, they're more like goats than sheep in their fleece. And you get these incredibly long locks. They're 10, 12 inches, but they're a lot of guard hair. If you comb that, all you'll get is guard hair. You'll leave all your pretty undercoat, right? So you have to pull the guard hairs out. And, I'm only trying to make the point that every fleece is breed specific in some way, and how you process it is breed specific in some ways. So, that's something that's really good that you're learning and know. Hi, Nematode. Hello, hello. You're catching us on a sheep breed lecture. Sheep breed lecture. So, anyway, there you go, Guitar Nut. I'm glad you stopped by, because I was ready to let you get all of that. Yeah, you're getting your notebook out. Yeah. Yeah. So, good luck when you find your fleece. It'll be interesting for you to learn all this stuff. Nematode, I am so sorry, but I have been here for a couple hours and I am ready to say good day, good night, whatever. And I will be back on Tuesday morning. I don't know if I'm going to be doing crafting during June. I do have one more day before June. You have so many notes. No, Nematode, you did not scare me away. I'll be back. Tuesday, I don't know whether I'll craft or what I will do, but starting in June, whatever I can process for Turtle Fleece on stream, I will be doing that, because I have to go back and forth a little bit between doing some processing and spinning some of this stuff to get it finished up before the tour starts. clearing the bobbins is what they say, but that will work out. And about the only processing I cannot do on stream that I haven't figured out yet is my drum carder. I don't know if I can rig something up with my phone and iPad and all that. I may try. We'll see. We'll see. So everybody have a great week starting tomorrow. Be safe. Come back and see me. Bye, y'all.